Good evening, any of you. Are you tired yet? If no, I want to ask you a question. So, who here thinks that you have a left side brain? Please raise your hand. Left side brain. Okay, thank you. So the others, you don't think you have a left side brain? Or you got forgot it somewhere? Okay, I think you still have it in you with your left side brain. And today, I want to bring you a topic you may or may not familiar with, which is left and right brain. Left brain is in charge of order, structure, analysis, and coding, and right brain is emotion, imagination, empathy, and dreaming. But today I want to introduce you to another level, which we bring this concept to business. And after 15 years, more than 15 years of working with business and being managers, I have found some very interesting facts that I think that will help you a lot in your work, in your life, and especially I want to bring you a history lesson. A lesson that Vietnamese ancestors, our ancestors, that more than 700 years ago we have a very good balance that maybe sometimes you haven't looked at this history lesson this way ever before. So let's start. Let's bring this concept to the business level. So in terms of left brain and right brain of business, so what are those? The left brain of business are the metrics, the control, the predictions, and efficiency. And the right brain is meaning, creativity, possibility, and innovations. And for all the business I have met, there's like 90% of them are leaning toward the left brain. Some people think that they can only manage with numbers. Some people, they believe that they could understand their employees, their clients only by numbers, not by talking directly to them. And there's studies like of the Teresa of Harvard prove it that companies that overmeasure creativity actually killed it. And McKinsey found that 84% of executives know innovation is critical, but only 6% of them are satisfied. Why? Because you can't KPI your way into a breakthrough. So every business starts with a what if, right? So what if I sell this? What if I create this? Then that's right brain. But along the way, the logic gradually takes over. Like we putting a policy, KPI, reports. So that's, I don't think that's an evolution. So that's maybe the time when logic is actually evicting imagination. So we really have to be careful with this, with those numbers. So we are in Vietnam, an Eastern country. We grow up in a culture that always balancing, left and right, yin and yang, tradition and modernity, discipline and flexibility. And some people even told me that Vietnamese are the hardest people to manage. The French try, right? The American try, the Japanese try, the Chinese tried to manage Vietnam for like 1,000 years, but they haven't succeeded, right? So, are we the hardest people to manage actually? So, I think if we look at our history, so how we manage our own people, and we could easily find out that we are actually a very right-brain nations. So we have good creativity. We are very good at adaptation, and especially when somebody put a rules on it, we immediately find 10 ways around it, right? So we are good at improvisations. And also there's reports about Vietnamese people, Vietnamese management. Like we don't really like the top-down control and the strict control or the big gap between boss and worker that actually kill our innovation and creativity. So what is the solution? And there's a very famous saying about the Western style, the American, the European style of management. This is a very famous talk of Peter Drucker. You can't manage if you don't measure. Can you? So my question is, can you find a way that, if you don't measure, can you actually manage or lead? So it takes me back to my very favorite subject, which is history. So I believe you can learn a lot from the history. And there's a lesson. Previously, we looked at more than 700 years ago, there's Chen Dynasty, right? We normally look at this lesson as a lesson of the love for our country, of the persistence to fight against invasion, right? But I don't think that we ever look at this as a lesson in leadership and management, especially management. So let me put it this way. So in terms of left brain, so Vietnamese Chen Dynasty has a practicality and guidelines for left brain, and the mission and motivation for the right brain in their leadership, in their succeed among the Nguyen Empire. And they didn't do that by measuring. So what is that? So the lesson is, first they have a very clear mission and vision, right? The liberation for the people, for Vietnamese people. And we could learn this. We could have a very clear mission for our business, for our work, for our study. What is our mission? So let's be clear about it and be passionate about it. Live it like this is the only mission you have. And also they are very good at motivation. They have a proclamation to the officers and soldiers, which is written in a way that starts with a very big suffering of the leaders, right? Ta thường nghe with a very passionate saying, a very great suffering about losing a country. So it's like activating their right brain to work the goals, and they have a great guidelines. Actually, these two books are not composed at that time, but they actually do have these theories and practice along the way. And after the war, they conclude in these two books, a very good out-of-war books with theory and practices. And we bring this to the last lesson that I want to share you, but also the most favorite of mine, which is the practicality. So these are the words of Trần Khánh Dư, which is a very interesting characters. If you learn history about this general, I think we could make a very good movie about him, because this is a very talented but very dramatic general. So it took me. I believe I didn't believe that it took me so long to understand these four sentences. But when I start, after like 10 years of management, I start to realize how good these are in terms of practicality. So let's hear it. So in Vietnamese is người giỏi cầm quân thì không cần bày trận, người giỏi bày trận thì không cần phải đánh, người giỏi đánh thì không thua và người khéo thua thì không chết. So it seems obvious, right? But there's many cases I think when with business I work with, a lot of people think that they have to have KPIs, they have to have a strategy, a great plans. But sometimes, if you are good at leadership, if you inspire your staff, and if you are close to them, sometimes you don't need a big strategy. Sometimes you just need to be close to them, inspire them. Then it could work. So if you're great in comments, you don't need to lay out formation. You don't even need to have a strategy. It still could work. So especially with startup, when you start a new company, a small company, maybe you don't need a big strategy. Maybe you just need to be close to your employee. Maybe you just need to understand them, share with them the passions and why you have to do this, why this is a good environment to them. That's probably all. And there's so many people who work in big corporates who then change to small ones, cannot adapt because they work with numbers too much and they believe that you have to have numbers in everything. And the second is giỏi bày trận thì không cần phải đánh. So but if you are good at numbers, KPI and strategy, you could make it. And if you make the rules and the numbers so well, you don't even need to manage in person, right? The system can run. So that's what it means in management. And skilled people do not lose. Giỏi đánh thì không thua. When you train your people so well, you provide them guidelines, they could be very good, they could win wars, they could win the contracts. So it's good when you train them. So it bring out the training. And khéo thua thì không chết. So if you are persistent, you do not give up when you lose, you can eventually win like them. They lose so many wars, but still in the end they win, right? So, and also I would share with you some practice we have at Innocom. So I learned those lessons, and because our business is to provide people with system and to provide management consulting and practice to them. So our left brain is trained every day because of our work, right? So we make management software, AI and KPI, but the important things, I think that's why many people believe in us, because we know that these things are not for everyone, not for everything. So putting the KPI and management software into the right people, into the right thing is crucial. So it's not for everyone, everything. That's what you should know. That we make things like this. And for the right brain muscle, we need to create the space for this. So it's like in Innocom, we have events like hackathon. Hackathon. This is the image from our hackathon in Vũng Tàu recently, this year. So we pack the development team. We fly everyone to Vũng Tàu. We stay on a hotel, a very good one. And we stay there for 5 days and we create new things. So it keeps us apart from everything else, all the noise of the world, and we have time to nurture our right brain, and we create anything we want. And also we create an environment that protects the right brain. Like we make a policy for learn not blame after mistake. So we don't afraid of mistake. We don't blame people who's right, who's wrong. When the mistake happen, we allow them and what to learn from them. That's all. And we also have to nurture it. And you should have, like what we did, we have a weekly innovation awards. So for every week, if people make something new for the business, for the clients, they could share with the whole company, we could vote for it, and we give award for it. So the right brain can nurture among all the left brain activities. So, and also now there's a third brain. So an AI will be our third brain. So until now we are balancing between logic and emotions. Today we talk with a third intelligence, one with our heart but learning to think like us. So if we put a label on it that it's only left brain or only right brain, maybe we didn't understand it correctly. It could be your left brain. If your left brain is, you don't think your left brain is good enough, it can be your left brain. You don't think your right brain is good enough, it can be your right brain. It's a third brain that you can use to make up of your losses and also amplify what you're already strong. And the last words I want to give to you is the brain of you and the brain of your business is never binary. It's not just left or it's not just right. Don't lean toward only one of them. And it's a harmony of the left and right, of human intuition and digital intelligence. And the real breakthrough that comes when you stop choosing, not choosing one side and start orchestrating all of them. And structure with your left, imagine with your right, and let AI amplify what neither could do alone. So thank you.